TimeFactor time.
Well, it's time for us to do something.
We have the latest in the presidential polls coming up in a few minutes. Trump has actually, well, I'll tell you about it in a second, and Frank Gifford passed away this weekend. It's been a year since Michael Brown's death and the protests in Ferguson. What's changed? Actually, not very much. Ferguson riots flared up again last night. We'll bring you up to date right now.
And why? Because it pays to be nice to people. For the Pope. Well, I hope so. Anyways, me, LH Music, and this is the final closing time for their video commentary talk starts right now. Matthew West, kick the theme music, shall we? Let's do it! LH Music is here.
Well, it's not enough to do nothing.
It's TimeFactor time.
It's time for us to do something.
And the real conservative that lives right here inside the video set. This is the final closing TimeFactor video conference on TimeFactor.
Black Lives Matter is popping up all over the country, and so are we.
You know why? Because it pays to be nice to people for Pope Francis. Scalpy, my final closing TimeFactor video conference thoughts. Me, LH Music, for you know who. Tuesday, September the 22nd, year 2015. And did you notice that Pope Francis is visiting to the U.S.? I bet it's today. Yeah, today's the 22nd. It goes all the way up to, yeah, that's right. That's right. Let me check the calendar. Let's see. What is this? Oh yeah, it's all the way up to, oh yeah, Sunday. Sunday, it's gonna be this Sunday. And that's why he's gonna visit Capitol Hill in D.C. all the way up to Ground Zero in New York City, and that's where he will spend 5 days. And he wants to meet with the Pope about inside the world leaders, immigrant activists, and even prisoners. And that's why his trip, and including the trip to go to Philadelphia. Yeah, Philadelphia. And don't ask me about the Democratic convention. Convention starts in Philadelphia. Yeah, pathetic. I'm not talking about Democratic conventions. I'm talking about World Meeting of Families. That's right, World Meeting of Families. And why? Because he visits New York and all that stuff. Because this is why. Why? Because everybody wants to go to Cuba or what have you. Because but they want us to be civilized. But take a look at this according to Latino FoxNews.com. And why? Because .com, and quote this: Pope Francis tried to urge Cubans to look after each other and begs for Colombia and rebels to end this conflict. That was last week. Now, thousands of Cubans had filled the evacuation of the Revolution Plaza, and that's why to listen to Pope Francis urging they have a lookout for one another and not to judge others. It's based on what they are or are not doing. Now, Pope Francis told those last Sunday told this over the weekend that who wants to be great must serve others, and not just serve them. And that's why he said, that's right, should avoid judgment over looks, overlooks, or whatever it is. Quote this. Pope Francis says, quote this: all of us are asked, indeed urged by Jesus, that's right, Jesus, to care for another out of love, without looking to one side or the other, to see what our neighbor is doing or not doing. Well, as the theme song says, it's time for us to do something. Because here it is. Wasn't it could be any clear about Pope Francis trying to referring, but many Cubans complain about this. Well, because of the here's what because of the system. Because of the system, virtually to expect of life is controlled by the government and culturally, yeah, institutions to block this. Neighborhood watch committees, and people are excluded to lose benefits if they are perceived as being disloyal or unfit. That's not true. It's not disloyal. It's not unfaithful to the principles of the revolution. Learn the principles. Try to loyal them and try to be faithful to this whole revolution of things. Like the theme song says, our final closing TimeFactor video for thoughts. Our theme song is do something. And why? Because you have to learn all those principles inside the revolution. But it hasn't eased. But that has eased in recent years. But here's a problem. In the eyes of these many islanders and outside observers everywhere. And those who went to the Revolution Plaza for Pope Francis' address, you just heard last Sunday. And why? Because everybody see this whole history of Latin American Pope. First time on their home turf. And this is what happens. You know so much about this. Bringing the historical dictate with the U.S. has U.S. Well, this just who knows. Now, believers and non-believers are alike streamed into the square, and why? Because uh, before the sun goes down until Francis has arrived, and they erupted and cheered, and he made a drive-through crowd at his open-side Pope Mobile. Oh wow! Could be a Pope Mobile, or should I say should I say Batmobile, or especially Hillary Clinton has Scooby-Doo mobile, mobile, you know. Just a warning, Hillary Clinton, you and your Scooby-Doo mobile. But anyways, this is what happens. They wave Cuban, Vatican, and Argentine flags. Don't cry for me, Argentina! As the chorus sang a mixture of traditional Cuban songs and religious tunes. And that's why Pope Francis tried to stop there several times and kiss the children and to bless those several wheelchair bound. That was wonderful. Wonderful. And now the he seemed to prolong in the time of crowd. Well, guess what? The iconic metal portrait of Che Guevara, and of course a big huge poster of Christ facing the whole art altar. And they travel sometimes and all that because who knows? But there's more. The U.S. Congress will remove this embargo, and that's why Pope Francis was to visit next week or this week or next week, wherever it is, at the start of the U.S. leg of his trip. But it's not known if he will raise the whole issue. And he was sitting there, yeah, that's right, by Raul Castro by his side. Uh-oh. Well, could be worse in recent months to give him hope. Well, the moral story is Pope Francis says to this, I urge political leaders to persevere on this path and to develop all its possibilities as a proof of a high service, which they call, that's right, to carry out on their behalf. behalf. And that's why peace and well-being people of all Americans out there. And as an example, to reconciliation of the whole entire world. And Castro, that's right, Castro, for his part, to criticizing the embargo as cruel, immortal, and illegal. Well, I won't say cruel, yeah. And how cruel! Well, I wasn't say that! Cruel, immortal, illegal. That was Pope Francis. And that's why he's being called. Here's, and that's why Pope Francis has called to an end. But he also thanked Francis again for his role in fostering the first step in this normalizing relations. And I don't mean cruel. This is this whole incident. Yes, and so what comes next for our list of things? Because this week, because today he wants to visit the U.S. and when it's over with, on September 27th, this Sunday, you go back to Rome, and try to understand all these things. I wonder what happened to President Obama and Raul Castro trying to speak before poor president in your pants. Well, who knows? Anyways, tomorrow on my final closing TimeFactor video cover thoughts, I will talk about you know who. That's right, families. A world meeting of families in Philadelphia. That's why, because in performance, Pope Francis will do something. Well, you guessed it. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's tomorrow's final closing TimeFactor video commentary thoughts, and you're not gonna miss it. So you just have to trust me about that. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget Thursday's coming. Thursday's newspapers, and the weekend starts here with TimeFactor Weekend, and I'll explain that. You know what I mean. Anyways, don't forget to Facebook and follow LH Music, Facebook.com and Twitter.com. And all of you know my username, LH Music Time. And so is TimeFactor website as well, lhmusictimefactor.jimdo.com. Thank God I can get up at 7, before I go to work. And LH... oh boy, lhmusictimefactor.jimdo.com. And so is TimeFactor page on Facebook as well at facebook.com/the all-new LH Music Time Factor. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow about... and we're talking about world meeting of families in Philadelphia. So you don't want to miss it. So you just trust me about that. You'll be surprised. So cross your fingers. So do it. And like I said, do something. That's our motto. Do something. Trust me about that. LH Music's about to sign up. Go God's blessings. And I salute you, America. Take care. And I'm out the door. See ya. Go. Bye-bye.